What's going on, Cancer? This is your Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. Woo-wee! It's looking like there's a need to communicate right now. Let's go ahead and get started with this. What's going on, Cancer? What's going on? Let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So, alright guys, so the underlying energy that we pulled for you today is the King of Pentacles. Somebody is focusing on the money. Emphasis on focusing on the money. Okay? Because there's not a lot of communication coming up here in your reading. There's not a lot of talking. It's more of just like focusing on the practical. This could be someone that you're dealing with as a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Something tells me that it could be somebody, because you guys will come up as queens as you guys are cardinal signs. So this looks like external energies is that your partner is putting in a lot more focus and emphasis on their work. They do realize they got a relationship with you, right? Like, that's not how it works. The thing here is to remember, though, that the King of Pentacles, he does everything out of love. So if he works hard and works long hours, he doesn't do it despite you, which it can be sometimes. I'm not going to preach for everybody. But one thing is for sure, that he does it to give a more stable ground, a stable energy for his family, significant others, partners. He does everything out of love. He's generous because he wants to give. And the only way he knows how to express his love is to give. Is to work and to give. It's one of the things with the King of Pentacles. The only the downfall with that is obviously having his behind at work all the time. Or having her behind at work all the time. Always focusing on the finances. I'm never really looking at the how truly a relationship is supposed to work. Because, you know what I'm saying? Now, you guys have the Queen of Swords in the heart of your reading. So this is, again, she's very good at communicating, very good at expressing herself. But she can be very cold and detached at times. And when I see this card for you, Cancer, I get a little bit shocked because I'm like, ooh, this is not a very good card to get for a water sign, I feel, because this is a very harsh energy, very strong and kind of, I don't want to say rigid, but the Queen of Swords, she don't play. She don't play, and she's not very gentle. Like, she's not as gentle as the other queens, okay? Especially not as gentle as the Queen of Cups. She's very hard and very brutal. And very close to the Queen of Wands. I feel like she's the most brutal. And when it comes to, you getting this card, I really emphasize, having to be a little bit more tough, having to be a little bit more strong and stand up for yourself at this time and communicate. But the thing here is, there is no communication at all. Not even from you right now, from the list of it, with the Page of Cups crossing the Queen of Swords. Now, you guys will come up as queens when it comes to you guys, male or female. It doesn't have to be a specific sex. So when that is coming up, it says the problem is not communicating. That's what it says that to me. Because pages are messages. Cups are about emotions. Cups are about feelings. Okay? Those, sadness, anger, things like that. And they're not being expressed when it's in the blocking position. It's like we don't know what you're talking about. We don't talk. We don't do nothing. So there's literally no communication between both of you right now. There's no communication between both of you. We're gonna go and figure that out in just a moment. In the past, there's the Two of Pentacles. There was a lot of juggling work, juggling other responsibilities, figuring out the practical stuff. For a lot of you guys, y'all were just like, maybe this situation at home with your partner was just so much that you started to use work or other means to kind of escape and not really, address those feelings. But of course, right, leaving something in the back burner for a while, it's going to overcook and it's going to catch on fire. So it needs to be addressed. But in the past, there was a lot more focusing on the practical stuff, getting things in order and kind of figuring out what you needed to do in regards to your finances and stuff like that. But as a means of not looking at what is emotionally suppressed, okay? Presently, though, you have the Emperor. So this is about power, control, taking charge especially. But this is talking about someone that is rather stubborn. He's got a very controlling aspect to him. So you could be considering this person that you're dealing with right now. It could be very, very controlling. And this could be also emphasizing to you that you need to be taking control, because the Queen of Swords, she don't take nothing. Like I said, she don't take crap. And I think right now there is a power play with that. When I see the Emperor, I feel like there is a power play, because you having to, the problem being the Queen of Swords, which is someone that doesn't take control, that doesn't mind lifting up the sword and taking some people out if she needs to. But then you have the King, the King of Pentacles could be rather stubborn as well, right? They don't really budge much of anything unless you have that, that way, the way of the Empress, where she can get this, get her partner to do what she asks him to do without much fuss. Okay, she's the only one that can kind of sway him in the way of, in her favor. But the thing here is, again, like I've seen this in a lot of your readings, Cancer. It's like when Emperor comes up, there's somebody that's just very, very domineering, very controlling, and it's almost like you kind of retreat and you kind of don't really want to put in your 2 cents or want to put in your thing, because you're afraid of a backlash. You're afraid of getting into an argument. You're afraid of some situation not playing out in the way it should be. But I feel like if you guys do take control of the situation, if you guys feel as though you can take this, take this on and let's be like, look, this is not for me. Look, this is how I feel, and this is what's going to happen because you're not doing what you're saying you're going to do. You're my partner, and this and this and this. If you do all that stuff, I feel like things will snap back in line, because in the evidence of that future, potential future is saying so. This potential future is showing up to be the Ace of Cups, the beginning of new love, the beginning of emotional openness and healing. So if you guys take control of the situation right now and just, instead of letting someone else kind of like dictate the relationship, which it looks like the King of Pentacles is, things will be snapping right back into place. But you gotta be a little tough. You can't just let this guy or chick dominate the relationship. If you don't like how she's treating you, say something. Don't let this person just do whatever. Unless you like it, then that's you, right? That's you. Don't even listen to my advice. But as far as the flow of this relationship going, if this is not what it is, if this is not ideal for you, it ain't ideal. And you can, you have the freedom to say so. You have the power to say so. And you do not have to feel like you are in a trap situation where you guys can't say anything. Now, in your crowning energy, you have the Four of Pentacles. I don't like, this card is definitely where I feel like you guys are at, right? You guys are, you guys are already feeling as if you kind of don't have a lot to kind of expand on. You don't have a really extensive platform to move forward in, right? The idea of the Four of Pentacles is to let you guys know that even though it may not feel as though you don't have a lot of stable ground, or you just don't want to leave behind what it is that in regards to this relationship, for example, if you feel like you're just comfortable where you are because it doesn't have any fuss, there's no arguments, nothing, you're always going to get more of the same. You're always going to be stuck with that same pattern, the same stuff. You have to get out of that you gotta break the chain, break the pattern by doing something that's not comfortable. Something that you don't feel comfortable doing. And that has a lot to do with communicating what it is that does not work for you. You know what I mean? You gotta be brutal. You gotta be tough. And you don't have to be evil. You don't have to be mean. To speak your truth. And speak it bluntly. Speak it like it is. Like, hey, when you said we were going to go on a date, you didn't do it. Like that. Kind of like that. Like, that person has the obligation to put in the 50%. If they don't put in the 50%, then you have the right to do whatever you want to do in the relationship as regards to, communicating what's the issue to your partner, or just saying, you know what, this, you're not really doing, you're not really trying to make this work. I'm not going to try and add my 50 cents to this and make this stuff work, because I might as well be in a relationship myself at that point. You know what I'm saying? So it may not feel comfortable, y'all. I'm straight up saying this to you, and you guys are very gentle creatures. You're very soft, and that's good and all, right? For the time, for certain times. There's sometimes that you just kind of have to put your foot down and say, look, this is not for me, and I don't like this. I don't like being treated like I don't matter. I don't like being treated like you don't give a crap. I don't like being treated like I'm your sub, okay? Because that's not cool. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be, sometimes it's fine, right? If you guys want to be a sub, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. What I mean is, I don't want to be treated as if, my opinions and stuff don't matter, pretty much. Like, you just can take control of the whole situation. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and clarify this mess. Okay? What is going on in this situation here with the present? Seven of Swords. Y'all. The Seven of Swords is coming up in regards to the Emperor. Who's lying right now? Somebody's like, or maybe they're not addressing that there's an issue with regards to the dynamic of the relationship, which is the power within the relationship. Somebody's being very, very, very passive aggressive. That's what this looks like to me. This just looks like a passive aggression. What is the Seven of Swords trying to convey to us? What is it trying to say in regards to the Emperor? Two of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, okay, taking a risk in being the dominant person, or being the person that takes charge in a relationship, is totally outside of your league completely. Fair enough. Four of Wands, by the way. I definitely get that. You guys are more very, you guys are, easygoing. You like to be behind the scenes a little bit. You don't want to be all in people's faces. Fine. But this situation saying, like, there needs to be a little bit of order right now. Like, somebody's got to put in their 2 cents, especially if stuff ain't working. If somebody's just focusing a lot on work and not on the relationship. King of Pentacles and underlying energy. Okay. He or she don't focus on you. That's not okay. And I understand everybody needs their space. Everybody needs their, to have their time away and whatever and do their job, and that's cool. But when it's starting to kind of overlap and kind of take it, kind of hinder, it's just like you dropping some of your, the weight. Like I got what? So I feel like right now, guys, it's time to take charge. Time to do what you need to do. Time to go ahead and step in and step up and just kind of be like, okay, this is what's up. This is what's going on with me. And then two, I think it's the reason why the Seven of Swords is coming up is because it's, like I said, it's completely out of your element. But the reason why you're having to step out of your comfort zone, the reason why you're having to be clever, is because there is a certain direction that's needed to go, because you can't move forward now. There's a situation where it's hit a roadblock, and you gotta go left, you gotta go right. Okay, there's so many different directions. Okay, and you have to make a step towards either one. Neither of those areas are bad. You just have to pick one and go with it. Okay, and I think that's what's going on. You have someone that's around you that's very stable, that has the potential to be very stable. That gives you that long-term quality. But if somebody isn't stepping up, then who is going to? You gotta take charge, Now, in the future, what is this Ace of Cups talking about? What's this Ace of Cups talking about? What are we getting for the Ace of Cups? Because I like that, especially in the love reading. That means some love will start happening. Some real stuff will be happening. Romantics will be all over the place. Ace of Cups. What is this Ace of Cups? Okay. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're going to be getting something new in love. Ooh, and the Seven of Cups. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So the beginning of something new, because you're going to be planning for the future. After making a decision, and really getting to know the information that's set up in front of you, because that's the big important thing about the Seven of Cups. Because you want to pick whatever it is that will make you happy, right? Pick something that will, drive you, and not necessarily drive you like wands. It's more of just like figuring out what it is that you desire. But you have to look through and past the glitz and glamour, the nice looking thing, and ask questions, get some information about what it is that you're about to choose, so that way you know what you're about to get into. So the beginning of something new talks about planning for the future, seeing qualities, and figuring out exactly what it is that you truly want with the information that that works with it. Okay, that's what the future has for you. You might actually have to start, taking control in regards to your dating, as in like getting to know somebody. Because if somebody is just not approaching you, or if you like somebody, like the King of Pentacles, if you're not already in a relationship with somebody already, and they're not being, see the Queen of Cups. If they just, okay, for some of you singles, if you just see them doing their own thing, focusing on work, you're waiting for them to come to you. No, what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to be the emperor and be like, okay, you know what? He ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say something. Fine, I'm gonna have to go over there and say hello myself. Going outside of your comfort zone, making a decision about which way you're going to be and how you're going to be approaching this person, how you're going to be directing issues. For some of you guys, this could be an actual financial issue, or an issue in your relationship in regards to finances, being the third party, because you guys are not really seeing eye to eye in your relationship itself. And that's another way for you to have to be dominant and be like, okay, look, this is what's going on. We need to fix this because I'm not happy, For some of you singles, if there's someone that you know and they're not going to approach you, this is the time to be like, you know what? Okay, I got to do something, because I can't be sitting here just doing nothing, right? I can't expect him or her to come to me when they don't even notice me, when they're so focused on work. With the King of Pentacles here, they're going to be super focused on work. They're not going to be thinking about love. Okay? So that's their opportunity to do so. But that brings in a new beginning, though. I feel like when you make that decision, when you make that, that gesture, and you go out and do something, you're gonna find that it pays off greatly. It's gonna pay off awesome. Okay, but you gotta make that step. You gotta make that move forward. You have the power to do so, and it's in your favor. Okay, it's absolutely in your favor. Now with the Four of Pentacles in your crowning energy, let's go ahead and say what this looks like. What additional information can we get for the Four of Pentacles? Yeah, Six of Swords. It's time to move on. Time to make the move. Time to, make that step. Move from one phase of your life to the next. Maybe that means transitioning from someone that is a bit more, someone that receives or, waits for the information, or waits for, to wait to be approached, to someone that approaches. I think that's the whole thing. You're moving outside of your comfort zone and going towards something. You're going towards more. You're going to get more on your own and on your own devices. And that's one thing that's very difficult to do. Yes, no doubt. But you can do it. Especially if this is something that you truly want to, work hard at and get, someone that you might want to get to know. Okay. Now, when I was saying that luck is at each side, I wasn't joking. You have serendipity for your wisdom of the oracle, guys. That's luck. That's great luck. Okay. You have that. If you need to do stuff, do it. Just do it. It's fine. You got it, guys. Okay. Let that stuff just go. Okay. Just go with it. Okay. And, be very clear, be very direct on how you communicate with these people, okay? Or whoever it is that you're trying to communicate. Be very, very direct. You have the potential to be direct, but you have to be direct about your emotions and speak about your emotions, okay? Speak about how you feel, okay? Speak about how you feel. Don't speak, accusatory stuff is not, try your best not to, use accusatory language, but speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. That's what the best thing you can do. And then 2, get to know them, right? Figure out why the situation is the way it is. Take initiative and figure out why they're focusing on work so much. Figure out why, why you feel left out in the, I don't see any left out in the cold cards, which is great. But what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And then for some of you singles, take in charge. Get to know the person on your own. If they ain't gonna approach you, approach them. It is what it is, right? It's stepping outside your comfort zone. You're not necessarily comfortable with just kind of being the person that go after somebody, right? Well, it's the first time for everything, ain't it? But the future looks bright. You got the Ace of Cups. That's beautiful. That's a new beginning of love. You guys can do this. And luck is there. I'm not even lying to you. So trust, have faith, and just know that you can do this. Go with how you feel and speak from the heart. You guys will be set. And I know it's coming outside your comfort zone. If you need to give yourself that pep talk, or you need to have that friend that give you that pep talk, they will be right there with you. But trust me, guys. You will feel so much more powerful and in control of your life, more so than you've ever been before. Okay? Especially if you're tackling a fear or tackling something that you feel like you never really wanted to do in the first place. I promise you, you will feel really good about it. But guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Happy New Year, by the way. And I hope you guys really enjoy this reading, and the information in this reading could really help you push forward. Taking charge is hard, okay? Taking charge can be very difficult, but once you do it once, it's going to be easy to do it again and again and again, okay? And don't worry about rejection now, okay? Because rejection is God's protection. If it ain't working, if it's a no, that means there's something better out there, okay, guys? Love you guys. Good luck, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, you guys.